So good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you all. I'm in a different part of the UK, but I'm happy to be with you all. And thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to read the Search for Sri Krishna, and especially all the team there in the Institute in West London. It's actually hilarious seeing everybody setting up and making it all happen. But it takes so much, actually, so much goes into all these different things. And Shorty Diddy saying, oh, there's no sound coming out of my iPad. And Abhinav Sundar on his computer saying, well, I can hear some noise from somewhere. And Kelly Kadamba saying, oh, maybe you need to press this button. And Pandita's drinking a cup of tea. It's quite funny anyway, every week. And so my affectionate and thankful dandavats to all those devotees for putting everything together, and to all the devotees out there that I can't really see. I'm on my phone, but I know you're there. I can feel your affectionate presence. And yes, we get to read the Search for Sri Krishna, and we're coming along. I think there'll only be one more one more session after today, and probably we'll leave that last chapter, Reality the Beautiful, for next week. It's a medium length chapter. We can happily do that in probably an hour or a little over. And the same this week. We'll see how we go anyway. I'm expecting to do 2 chapters, but we'll see how we go. And it's getting more wonderful and more wonderful and more wonderful. It was very wonderful from the beginning, and now we've come to the rescue and the relief, you can say, of so many things we've heard, how to hear, what to hear, and now how we've become misaligned and entered into the land of misconception, and now soothing relief coming through the lotus mouth of Srila Guru Maharaj to inspire and educate and enthuse us. So we're going to begin, Joy. There's Recipe Hari again. So we're going to start on the service of the holy name. The service of the holy name. It's page 149. Last time we were already introduced to the Panchatattva mantra and the Hare Krishna mantra, and we heard the 10 offenses and the 4 types of Nam Abhas. You can say like general introduction to those ideas, but now we've come to the service of the holy name. So everybody's happy, then we can march on. Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswāmī Maharaj ki jai, and Jai Shri Bhakti Śrīdhar Dev-Goswāmī ki jai, and Tuti devotee ki jai. Okay, service of the holy name. This begins with a question from a student. Student, I have one question about chanting the Hare Krishna mantra on beads. My spiritual master has given me many preaching duties. So sometimes when I am trying to concentrate on my japa mala, instead of hearing the holy name, I think of all these different duties I have to do. And Srila Śrīdhar Maharaj replies, he says, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur emphasized that kirtan means not only loudly singing the holy name, but preaching. Jiva Goswami has given a definition of Sankirtan. Bahubhir militva yat Kirtanam tad eva shankitanam means when many people come together and glorify the Supreme Lord Krishna, it is known as Sankirtan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and introduced Sankirtan. In this age of Kali, if the holy name is chanted congregationally, the combined efforts will be fruitful. Sango Shakti Kalo Yuge. There is the difference between the preaching mission of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and the so-called bhajan of the Sahajas or imitationists. Once one of our godbrothers was the subject of our Guru Maharaj's stern remark. He was a man of good character, but his tendency was generally towards Nam Bhajan. He did not like to do any other service, but was only inclined to chant the name of Krishna on his beads. I, Guru Maharaj, was in charge of the Delhi temple at the time and was intimate with him. So I wrote to Prabhupada, if you permit, I would like to engage my godbrother in some preaching work here in the Delhi temple. The letter that Prabhupada wrote is still here. He wrote me in his letter, if you can bring him there and make him help you in the work of preaching, then you will be doing the service of a real friend to him. I don't recognize that sitting in the jungle of Balihati, only chanting, counting beads, is Krishna Nushilanam, the proper cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Very good. Preaching means a fight, says Guru Maharaj. So kirtan means preaching, shravanam, kirtanam. Kirtan does not simply mean loudly chanting, but preaching. And preaching means there must be a fight with the opposition party. Kirtan means a fight. Kirtan creates the divine vibration which will fight with all the ordinary vibrations that are floating in this world in subtle and gross waves. So Prabhupada told us that our tulasi beads should not fast. His minimum advice was that we must do some service in the form of chanting Hare Krishna while counting on beads, at least once daily. His exact words were Malika Upabhashana. The beads should not fast. And his general instruction was to preach as much as possible. Once I had a talk with one of the big spiritual leaders of the Udupi temple in Madras. He told me, sometimes I preach about Madhvacharya and the Bhakti cult, but I have no time for sadhana. Guru Maharaj says that's regulated spiritual practices such as japa, Gayatri Mantra, scriptural study, and so on. I supported him. Our Guru Maharaj said that Harikatha, preaching about Krishna, is no less important than sadhana. Rather, it is a more living thing. Preaching is more vital. When we are preaching, automatically we must have the maximum concentration. On the other hand, while chanting on our japa beads, we may be absent-minded. When we are speaking about Krishna to another person, we must be all attentive. Otherwise we cannot speak accurately. All our attention will automatically be concentrated when we talk about Krishna. And in writing about Krishna, accuracy is even more necessary than speaking about Krishna. So writing is also kirtan. The cultivation of Krishna consciousness may be even more intense when we are engaged in writing about Krishna. Remember, this chapter is called the Service of the Holy Name. Then his next section. Everybody good, hopefully. Anyways, you'll let me know if there are any questions. Gaudiya Mat, war against Maya. So the preaching mission of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the Gaudiya Mat, has declared totalitarian war against Maya, illusion, and even all other existing conceptions of religion. And our authority is Srimad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Divine love is the supreme most goal of every soul. Beauty and love is the summum bonum, our highest attainment. That is the ultimate controlling principle, and not power. And beauty and love are found at their highest position in Krishna, in Vrindavan. The ultimate conception of the absolute truth is that of reality the beautiful and divine love. At the same time, the difference between lust and love should be clearly realized. That should not be misconceived. The acme of dedication is demonstrated in the love of the inhabitants of Braja. So preaching Sankirtan and not counting beads, japa, is the real service of Krishna. But because we have taken a vow, and it is ordered by Mahaprabhu and our Gurudev, we must chant the holy name while counting beads. It is our duty. Our Guru Maharaj told us the japa beads must not fast. So if we engage ourselves in preaching work, there should be no doubt that we are really obeying the orders of Mahaprabhu. Although he has advised us to chant 100,000 names or 64 rounds daily, that is a provincial saying. That's a provincial saying. What is really all important is the spirit of service. We are not told that the gopis always count the name on Tulsi beads, yet they possess the highest position in the service of Krishna in Vrindavan. Tutto bene? Tout le monde? So we get on the Vrindavan Express train then? So Krishna Nam will help us greatly to go towards Vrindavan. Its importance is there. Like an express train, the holy name of Krishna carries us to the goal without stopping at any other station. If we are chanting the name without any formal petition, without asking, give me this, give me that, it acts like a special train that will go to Vrindavan non-stop. There, the impurities of karma and jnana are absent. The devotees of Vrindavan simply think, I want Krishna. I don't know what's good or bad. I simply want Krishna. Student, who's not letting it go. Student, how many rounds did your Guru Maharaj ask his initiated disciples to chant each day? Did he prescribe any set number? Hare Krishna. Srila Śrīdhar Maharaj. His general recommendation was to chant 25,000 names, 16 rounds daily, or at least 4 rounds minimum. When someone had no work, he could chant 100,000 names, or 64 rounds. Student. Would Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur give Harinam initiation to someone who could only chant 4 rounds daily. Hare Krishna. Srila Siddhamaj, there was no such consideration. Formally, one had to do some counting, but there was no rigid limitation. What he wanted from us was intense engagement in the service of the Lord under the guidance of a Vaishnava, because the all-important point is service. Our attainment of the goal is not ensured simply by increasing the number of times we will repeat the name, only by increasing.
Kesh, you're frozen.
Yeah, I think.
You don't need to unmute, Till. You've got a microphone available.
Okay. Sorry. You back, Kesh? You're muted.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. My phone it's already switched itself off once this morning, so hopefully it won't again. Okay.
Maybe
So,
Kesh, maybe
yeah.
we just say, just in case something happens and you drop out altogether, which we pray does not happen, then maybe we just say now that we should continue reading here, or that, if you can't be, let's say you drop out, we should have a backup plan where.
Yes. We just carry on. Let's carry on. Anyway, hopefully that won't happen. So this student is not letting it go. He's come from somewhere else where numbers are quite important, and he's saying, how many? What's it? And Guru Maharaj saying there was no such consideration. We wanted to be full. Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur wanted his students to be disciples, to be very engaged in cultivation of Krishna consciousness. And now Guru Maharaj is saying there are so many sayings in the scriptures to encourage our realization of the holy name in different ways. But Srila Rupa Goswāmī has given us a central thought. He quotes the Padma Purana, Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhaved Krayam Indriyai. Our senses, physical or mental, are ineligible to come in touch with the transcendental. Ineligible, can't do it. The name is non-material, aprakrita, without mundane limitation, Vaikunta. It belongs to another plane. So nothing about Krishna, his name, form, qualities, or pastimes, can be touched by our physical or mental senses. But when we have a serving attitude, he comes down to us of his own accord. Only then can our tongue really pronounce the name of Krishna. Otherwise, only the physical sound of the letters of the name can be produced. Our tongue, our hands, physical sound, all these mundane things cannot come in touch with Krishna. Some intervening medium is necessary to connect this body with the supra-mundane. And that connection is our earnest desire to serve Krishna, to satisfy him. A bulb won't light if there is no electricity. Only when the electrical current is there will the bulb be illumined. So the name may appear on the tongue and in the ear, in the mind, or in writing, but we must have the connection from Vaikuntha to this mundane world. And that connection is devotional service, a functional serving attitude. So we're trying to cultivate a functional serving attitude. That alone can connect the physical realm with Vaikuntha and Vrindavan. Tutto bene?
Tutto bene.
Okay. Krishna will appear of his own accord. He will descend upon your tongue, and then your tongue will be able to chant the name of Krishna. A gun that has no bullet, but only a blank, may make some sound, but no bullet is actually fired. Similarly, chanting the name of Krishna without an attitude of service produces sound, but that is only tongue deep. It is like firing a gun with blanks instead of bullets. Our chanting of the holy name of Krishna must be surcharged with a serving temperament, the tendency to satisfy Krishna. Otherwise, the sound we produce is bogus. It's only an imitation or a permutation. The holy name cannot be experienced by our senses. It is supramental and transcendental. An ordinary sound of this mundane world cannot be the name of Krishna. Our ear cannot even hear the name if that mediator, the serving attitude, is not there. The earnestness to satisfy Krishna's will must mediate between Krishna and the ear through the mind. The earnestness to satisfy Krishna's will must mediate between Krishna and the ear and the mind. Then only will Krishna's name enter our ear and reveal to us his form, qualities, and pastimes. The holy name is not physical. It is aprakrita, transcendental, supramundane. Only through our service attitude will it come down to this mundane world. Hare Krishna. Our Guru Maharaj laid the highest stress on developing a serving attitude. So, of course, he's talking about Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur here. He's the Guru of Srila Śrīdhar Maharaj and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami. Our Guru Maharaj laid the highest stress on developing a serving attitude. Otherwise, it's all bogus, all imitation. And people will say, oh, there is no Krishna there. These men are hypocrites. They're only dancing and making noise. They're not surcharged with a serving spirit. Only through service can we directly come in contact with Krishna. The real point is to practice how to attain the spirit of service, Vaishnava Seva. The Vaishnava is doing service, and we must imbibe from him the methods of attaining this serving attitude. Follow the Vaishnava. Under the order of a devotee, we must practice to give ourselves. Self-abnegation and self-dedication are necessary. And that positive thing we will receive from a devotee. If children are given pen and paper in the beginning, it will not be fruitful. So a stone is given, and on the earth they practice writing. So in the beginning, we must try to practice how we will develop a serving attitude, dedicating habit. It's our innate wealth. It is our innate wealth, and that is our solace. If we try to develop a serving attitude, the pure devotee will help us. It is said that if one is miserly, he should at least give some trash in charity to anyone. Thank you very much. One says to a miser, at least give some ash to others and let your hand practice giving. So the serving spirit is a high thing. We must practice to give ourselves in the service of Krishna. We must not be afraid that we are not attaining the highest form of service in Nam Bhajan, the worship of the holy name. We should not think, why have I been asked to sweep the temple? Any ordinary man can do this. We must not be afraid of that. It is necessary for us to acquire a service attitude. Self-giving, selflessness, and self-forgetfulness are required. It is said that Socrates is an example of self-forgetfulness, and Jesus Christ is an example of self-sacrifice. And for what purpose? For the cause of the Supreme. And for that, we must have a positive connection with a devotee. Under his order, we will connect with the plane of service. Our energy may go to the transcendental plane only by his grace or mediation. So our Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, laid 90% stress on developing a service attitude for preaching. And that should be our aim, whatever our position may be. Hare Krishna, service of the holy name, the name of that chapter, beautiful chapter, stressing how everything is existing in consciousness. And Guru Maharaj's famous sutras, everything existing in consciousness, variegatedness in everything. And without service, it's just a show. And service means surrender, actually, that you are the Lord and I need to be engaged in your service. So anyway, Tuta Bene, how is everyone doing? Good?
Good. Do you have a question?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Did you say some question?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So the question is like I'll just read it out. Here Guru Maharaj is saying, if we try to develop a serving attitude, the pure devotee will help us.
Yes.
So who is a pure devotee here he's referring to, and whom he is saying to develop the attitude?
What was the second part? Who is the pure devotee and?
Yeah, and whom he is referring, like I understand, like if I am a student, then he is referring to me, that if I want to develop a serving attitude, a pure devotee, so probably a Vaishnava will come and help me, like yourself.
Hare Krishna. We're so fortunate because we have so many guardians, and they're not gone. So, you know, a pure devotee will come and help me. That's wonderful. That's wonderful nourishment, because, you know, throughout, one of the wonderful things in our day-to-day lives in the temple is we have all the festival days, you know, the big festival days, like we just had the appearance of Lord Nrsimha Day, but also the what's the word? Not so quite so famous in the world holy days of the disappearance of this Vaishnava, the appearance of that Vaishnava, and so many different things. When we hear, just recently we've heard such wonderful things. Oh my goodness, in affectionate guidance of the story of Madhavendra Puri and Narottam Das Thakur and these Vaishnavas, he reasons ill who say that Vaishnavas die when thou art living still in sound. The Vaishnavas die to live, and living try to spread the holy name around. Wonderful. So if our heart has received some nourishing sukriti to want to go in the direction of service, that yes, I realize that I belong to you actually, but I have no capacity. I'm very entrenched in my mental system and body system, but I want to move in the direction of the plane of service, in the direction of the plane of dedication, the plane of giving, the plane of generosity, the plane of freedom. Then that heart prayer will not be ignored by the pure devotees. And those pure devotees, may appear directly before you, may send representatives, but either way they will bring you into the embrace, into the affectionate care of the Vaishnavas. So I think that's why Guru Maharaj is using it so liberally, you can say. He's not saying, Saraswati Thakur will help you, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will help you, like that. He's saying a devotee, a pure devotee will help you. Because they are so merciful, actually. So that's our hope and our prayer, that we are not alone. We are often hearing this. We are not orphans, cast into the infinite to navigate alone, but we have our guardians and well-wishers, and many, so many, in this world. We have so many, I'm blessed to have so many wonderful Vaishnavas with whom I can consult and seek, advice and inspiration. And they're all the carriers or the recipients of that divine current that has come to us through Srila Saraswati Thakur and his disciples, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, and our own dear Govinda Maharaj, and it's being carried today by Srila Madhusudana Maharaj and others who are serving that his divine mission. So it's all tuta bene, horosho, barbarega, everything good.
Thank you.
Krishna, so right.
Kate, we can say that the Vaishnava, like you were saying, they're actually coming, and they're helping us through their servitors, the servitors. So right now, maybe we don't have Srila Govinda Maharaj here physically present, but by our sincere attempt to make an approach, to offer ourselves, to surrender, then the environment, like Guru Maharaj is telling us, like, see the environment as Guru. Like, we are to detect the voice of the Guru, of the Vaishnava in the environment. So means that he's extending to us through his dear, like, servants, his representatives, like he was just saying, Madhusudana Maharaj, so many others. And by our sincerity, then the pure Vaishnava is actually guiding us through them, through the environment. We just need to adjust ourselves and lead with our heart,
Yeah.
and then that reciprocation comes, right, from the upper world, from the pure Vaishnavas.
Beautiful. Yes, perfect, Kelly. Beautiful.
Thank
Yes,
you.
how
Yes,
how
thank you.
Gurudev can manifest that inconceivable sweetness and mercy through the whole environment. Yeah. Are we ready to begin
Yes.
again?
Are there any other questions out there? Otherwise, we'll continue.
Okay, we can continue. Okay, then we'll continue. So we finished the service of the Holy Name chapter, and we're beginning the Nectar of the Holy Name chapter and working our way up to the final chapter. Okay. Not only the sound of the holy name of Krishna is necessary, but also the proper meaning, the substance, the spirit of the sound. Only the physical aspect of the holy name is represented in Nam Aparad. Only the physical aspect of the holy name is represented in Nam Aparad, offensive chanting, not the real name. The real name is all spiritual. Namakshara Bahiraya Bhate Tabu Nama Kabu Nai. The sound of the letters of the name alone is never the real name. This is explained in the Prema Vivata of Jagadananda Pandit, a book which is full of the philosophical conclusions of Krishna consciousness. It was published and edited by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There you will find this passage, Namakshara Bahirai Bhatte Tabu Nama Kabu Nai. Merely the sound of the holy name of Krishna should never be thought of as the actual name. Even in Nam Abbas, the twilight dawning of the holy name, which occurs before pure, offenseless chanting, the sound of the name is there, but the inner substance of the name is not there. Nam Abbas can give us mukti, or emancipation from the negative side, the material world. But there we cannot trace participation in the positive side, the spiritual world. The name is absent there. The holy name of Krishna is a positive thing. And if we really want a touch of the holy name, we must gain admission into the positive world. When we are in the negative side, how can we get the touch of the name? Namabhas may give us liberation, but not participation in the devotional realm. So the real name is not to be found in Nam Abbas either. Hare Krishna. And then section called Jewels of the Vedas. Only a particular group of liberated souls worship the holy name. Not everyone. Srila Rupa Goswāmī has written in his Namashtakam, Nikila Shrutimala Ratnamala Juti Nirajita Pada Pankajanta Emukta Kulai Upashyamanam Paritastvam Harinama Sangshrayami. O holy name, the tips of the toes of your lotus feet are eternally worshipped by the glowing effulgence radiating from the gemmed chapters of the Upanishads, the crest jewels of the Vedas. You are eternally adored and chanted by great liberated souls like Narad and Śrīdhar Dev-Goswāmī. Oh Harinam, clearing myself of all offenses, I take complete shelter of you. Rupa Goswāmī says that so many liberated souls worship the holy name of Krishna, offering their respects from all sides. He explains that the greatness of the holy name may not be found in the ordinary scriptures, but if you study all of them as a whole, you will find the very spirit of the holy name. Ordinary people may not find this in their study, but there are those who can collect the real substance, the real purpose from those vast writings and detect the greatness of the holy name as the whole purpose of the main Vedic scriptures. Hare Krishna. Jungle of sounds. The principal codes in the Shruti, the Vedas, are giving hints about the holy name of Krishna. Shruti means shabda, that which can be grasped by the ear, the sound form of the revealed truth which has descended from above. The Vedas naturally tell us that we can approach the supreme reality only through sound. Otherwise, they would be suicidal. If they do not say that by sound only we will attain the truth, then what's the necessity of the Vedas, which are only embodied sounds? So if we can trace their real characteristic, we shall find that the principal Vedas say that by the cultivation of sound, we can attain the Lord. So we can come to understand this only through sound, Shabda Pramana. Sound alone can deliver reality. The Vedas must say, the Vedas must say so. Otherwise, they will only be an ineffective jungle of sounds. Shruti means that which can be received through the ear, and that sound is absolute. The Shrutis have come to declare to us that through sound alone we can attain the highest end. The main codes, sutras of the Shruti, inform us, Nikala Shruti Mauri Ratnamala. Mauli means the principal scriptures. They are like so many gems or jewels forming a necklace. By their luster, the lotus feet of the holy name are being revealed. Just as while performing arati, we offer a lamp to show the deity form of the Lord more clearly to the ordinary people. The principal Shrutis are helping us to have this perception. By sound only, we can have the Supreme Lord. Rupa Goswami says that if we are more attentive to their meaning, we will find that the principal Shrutis are only trying to show us the lotus feet of the holy name. Just as during Arati, the ghee lamp helps us to see the figure of the Lord. We may have a general view of the deity, but with the help of the lamp, we can have a particular conception of the different parts of the body of the Lord. Similarly, we find that the principal Shrutis, with their light, are trying to show us the lower portion of the holy name of Krishna. They are leading us and helping us to have a conception of the remotest part of the holy name. A vague conception that the name is everything. They are leading us and helping us to have a connection of the remotest part of the holy name, a vague conception that the name is everything. Rupa Goswami says that those who are really liberated are all surrounding the holy name and offering praise and adoration. And he prays, in this spirit, I take refuge in the holy name of Krishna. The real meaning of the Vedas is difficult to understand. Some people will say chanting Hare Krishna is not recommended in the Vedas. Rather, sometimes Krishna is mentioned as the name of a demon. Why should we chant the name of Krishna? In the Vedas, Chandogya Upanishad, we find this verse, Shamach Chavalang Prapadye, Savalach Chamam Prapadye. Means by the help of black, Sham, we will be introduced to the service of white, Shavala. By the help of white, Shavala, we shall be introduced to the service of black, Sham. What is the meaning of this verse? Our acharyas have explained that the absolute can be understood by the help of the energy and the energetic. Shama means Krishna, who is blackish, and Shavala, white, means Radharani. So by the help of Radha, we can have the service of Krishna. And by the help of Krishna, we can have the service of Radharani. So Rupa Goswami tells us, it's a long section. We okay? Is everybody okay? This next section is a little long.
Actually, Kesh,
Uh-huh.
if you don't mind, there was just a question. If you could repeat, and I can't remember what it was, the quote about the Vaishnava not dying.
Oh, that's Bhaktivinoda Thakur's he reasons ill, that one, he reasons ill.
Yes, she's saying yes.
Do my own work actually, but it's something like he reasons ill who say that Vaishnavas die, for they are living still in sound. The Vaishnavas die to live, and living try to spread the holy name around. Hare Krishna. I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur, anyway, I could be wrong, but this wonderful, and we feel it. If we go to the, that they're right here. They're present. Everything is existing in consciousness, and if the heart has some, is showing some special appreciation and affection for these great Vaishnavas, we can pray to them. They will give all assistance, no doubt. Very merciful. Hare Krishna. So, wow. Okay, we'll carry on with this next section called God Through Sound. So Rupa Goswami says that only a superficial study of the Vedas will frustrate us. But if we search with a positive mind, by the grace of the sadhus, the acharyas, and the mahajans, we will find that the principal shrutis are leading us towards the conception that the whole object of all Vedic sounds is that central sound, the holy name of Krishna. There are so many sections of the Vedas that have come to distribute the tidings of the absolute realm, but there must be a center. So the principal sounds are all emitting light like a torch to show us that they have a central sound which represents the supreme whole, and that is Krishna. So many liberated souls are all around offering their respects to the name of Krishna. That central sound from which all Vedic mantras have come to give us some idea of the sound aspect of the absolute center. This is Rupa Goswami's oath. The branches of the Vedas are all sounds, and so many sounds must come from a central position. They cannot but direct one who has a proper eye towards that fountainhead of sound, saying, go, run towards that direction. In our source you will find everything. We are all partially representing so many things, but we have a center. We have a fountainhead. Go in that direction and you will find the sound that can sufficiently satisfy you. And you may also be introduced to other aspects of that sound. The holy name of Krishna is most important. It is no less than Krishna himself. It fully represents the whole. Rupa Goswami says, O holy name, I take refuge under your lotus feet. You are the grand central sound who has given a cohesion to all the sounds in the revealed scriptures. And Sanatana Goswami, who is the spiritual master of Rupa Goswami, says, Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murare Pramita Nijadharma Jana Pujari Yatnam Katam Api Sakritatam Muktidam Praninam Yat Paramam Amritam Mekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me. He says, let ecstasy in the service of the divine name be victorious. Let ecstasy in the service of the divine name be victorious. If somehow we can come in contact with that sound, Nama Rupang Murari, then all our other activities will be paralyzed. We will have no necessity of performing any other activity. Our many variegated duties will have no importance to us at all if we can achieve the service of the divine name of Krishna. Dharma means the business engagement of the karmis, the fruitive workers. Jhana means retiring from this physical world and performing meditation from within, trying to exploit the internal. Both of these are stopped, paralyzed by the ecstasy of service to the divine name. The Ramanuja sect worship Lakshmi Narayan in the mood of opulence and veneration in Vaikuntha. By the ecstasy of the holy name, that will also be stopped. One who gets the real grace of the divine name of Krishna will retire from all phases of these different kinds of worship, namely Varnashram Dharma, social duty, jhana, internal meditation of the jnanis and yogis, and puja, the opulent worship of Vaikuntha, after liberation, which attracts the followers of the Ramanuja Sampradaya. The holy name will take us to the perception of Goloka, Krishna's own abode, where we will have to completely retire from all these other phases of our divine life. We will have to retire from any work, even if it may be done for Krishna. We will have to give up internal meditation and calculation and even puja, worship in awe and reverence. The holy name will stop all these tendencies, and we will find so much sweetness in chanting the name that we won't be able to give attention to anything else. when we really come in contact with the sound aspect of the absolute, then all our other enthusiastic endeavors and functions will be paralyzed. We will be unable to attempt them. We will take to the name only. Then when the name allows us to perform other services, again, we will be able to do them. The name has such power, such a high degree of potency, that it will stop all other branches of service and charm you.
Hare Bol.
Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. Wow. Wonderful. God through sound. That was 2 pages. 2 pages of condensed chamatkarnas. And then, so we have 1, 2, 5 pages basically to where we'll finish for today. We'll finish this chapter. It's only another few pages. And then we'll save Reality the Beautiful for next week. It will be a shorter week, but that's okay. But we'll finish Reality the Beautiful next week. And then if anybody has questions or comments or anything from the whole book, we can tag them on as well, maybe, and finish up next week with that last chapter. So because there's only 4 pages, 1, 2, or 5 pages, I mean, we can have a break as well if our translators' heads are emitting steam out there. How are we doing? Is there anybody out there?
How we go, Papa? Are you okay? He's okay. Oh, does that mean 5-minute break or you're okay?
I'm fine either way, but I'm just checking with everybody else because we can.
Sorry, we do want a 5-minute break, please.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let me just see what time it is. Okay, then, so back at like 10 past or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Auto show?
Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Okay. See you.
Recording in progress. That means somebody's pressed something. Hare Krishna, everyone. It's funny just talking into her.
Just a second, if you don't mind, Kesh, we don't have any sound here.
Oh, no.
Hey.
You can hear us.
Because I just unmuted myself.
Oh,
No.
Like last time, similar thing happened. Then
Golda, Golda, Golda. Golda, 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 Hari.
Then?
Good?
You can hear us, right, Kish?
Can you hear us, Kesh?
I can hear you.
He can hear us, but we can't hear him. Yay.
Oh, you can't hear me? Oh, I'm unmuted. My mute is
Yeah, I just unmute myself. It can come through here.
but others can hear, or none of us can hear.
If everyone else can hear, let's just bring the sound through my laptop.
Hare Krishna. Can anyone hear?
Now we've got you. Got you.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Thanks. I can see little messages popping up on my phone saying we can hear. Thank you. All right, let's carry on, shall we? We're coming to the end of this penultimate chapter. A few more pages. And these high and wonderful things, Buddha is just, he's taking us to the middle of it, to the middle of everything, to the heart of the matter. and how worshipable and beautiful and inconceivable it is to us. But by their grace, it is having some effect on our hearts. Inconceivable what the name of Krishna can do. So this next section is, I want millions of years, quote of Rupa Goswāmī. In the writings of Rupa Goswāmī, we find this verse, Tunde tandavaniratim vitanute tundavali labdaye kana kroda kadambini gatayate kana bude vyaspriyam Chaita prangana sangini vijayate sa venjianam kritin no jane janita kiyabdi amritai krishneti vana dvai. When the holy name of Krishna descends and captures the heart, the tongue and lips, it controls them so strongly that it engages them in chanting the holy name, as if the lips and tongue have gone mad. In this way, the power of the name descends in them, and one feels that only one tongue and one mouth are not enough. Thousands of mouths are necessary to taste the name. Then the holy name of Krishna enters the ear with such a great force and current that the ears are captured. And one thinks that only 2 ears are insufficient. He wants millions of ears to attend to that sweet current entering the ears. 2 ears are nothing to him. He wants millions of ears. The nectar of the holy name is coming like a flood through his ears, pushing its way within the heart. It is so sweet that it goes to capture the heart, the center of all senses. Everything is paralyzed. Whatever that sweet aggressor touches, the whole thing is captured with such intensity that everything else is ignored. Rupa Goswāmī writes, I don't know, I can't say, I fail to express how much nectar there is in the holy name of Krishna. These 2 syllables contain so much sweetness and such a high quality of sweetness. And this sweetness is so aggressive that it captures everything. This verse is found in the Vidagdha Madhava, written by Srila Rupa Goswāmī. In his book Sharanagati, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has explained the Namashtakam, 8 prayers in glorification of the holy name, written by Srila Rupa Goswāmī. The whole thing is described there very beautifully in the book Sharanagati. He writes, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, my heart is just like a desert, hot with the rays of the sun. This is my internal mental condition. The desire for mortal things cannot satisfy me because by nature they are death-producing. And not 1 or 2, but thousands of such death-producing desires have taken shelter in my mind. So my subconscious region is always burning. This is my condition. But somehow, by the grace of the sadhu and guru, the holy name of Krishna, with its infinite prospect, has entered through the holes of my ears and reached the plane of my heart. And there, with some peculiar hope, with infinite auspicious possibilities, it touched my heart with a new kind of nectar says new hope is aroused by that sound. And by force, it comes from the heart towards the tongue. Not that by the endeavor of my tongue, I am producing that sound. No. What came from the heart of a saint through my ear, entered my heart, and that forcibly appeared upon my tongue and began to dance. That is the holy name proper. It descends from above. It cannot be produced by the material form of this tongue. Its source is above. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gurudev is paraphrasing Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And through an agent of the absolute, it comes through the ear to the heart. From the heart, it gathers some sympathy. Then the holy name of Krishna forcibly appears upon the tongue and begins to dance. With great force, it comes to the end of the tongue, and that sweet sound begins its dancing. Hare Krishna. The real effects of the divine name have been described here. It is a living and real name. The voice will be choked up. There will be shivering in the body, and the legs will be unable to stand. Sometimes tears will flow in a current on the body, and one's hairs will stand on end. Sometimes changes of color will be found in the body, and we will be unable to find the trace of the mind or consciousness. We will be unable to find any trace of the mind or consciousness. We may fall in a swoon. The whole body and mind will, as if it is being attacked, shivering and influenced in so many ways. Apparently, it may seem that so many troubles are created in the body and the mind, but the real heart is overflowing with a particular kind of strange, sweet juice. Sometimes one thinks, I am in an ocean of nectar. My whole existence is within an ocean of nectarine liquid. I am beside myself. I can't understand where I am. Where am I? What is this? What is all about me? It has almost made me mad. Am I a madman? Where is my past experience, my seriousness, my gravity? Where are they? What am I? I have been converted wholesale by a foreign thing. I am a doll in the hands of a great force, which is also so affectionate to me. I can't ascertain how it is possible that by my faith, I have entered this great unknown environment, unexperienced before. And at last I find that I am captivated. My entire being, within and without, has been captured by a particular sweet force. I can't help being prey to such a sweet power. I can't give any proper description of this. I came to take shelter under him and accept him as my guardian. Now at his hand, I am being dealt with in such a merciless and desperate way. Still feel that everything is very pleasing beyond my experience. What is this? I can't resist anymore. I am fully captured. Let my fate go anywhere. I can't come out. I am a captive in the hand. My whole independence is gone. There is no way left to me but to surrender. I am unable to describe my real position. I find that he's an autocrat. Whatever he likes to do, he will do. Since it is not possible for me to give any resistance, I must surrender. Let me also cooperate with whatever he is pleased to do. Otherwise, what can I do? I'm helpless. Sometimes I find that the sweetness of the name is condensed like a blossoming flower, and very wonderful streams of sweet current are flowing from it. The holy name contains so many sweet, variegated forms of current within him, and he is wonderfully expressing himself in different ways. Sometimes he emanates a peculiar type of color and figure and disappears. So many charming aspects are shown as if to my eyes within, and he forcibly takes me to surrender at the foot of that altar. He shows himself in his full-fledged form in Vrindavan, in his Braja Leela with Radharani, and he takes me there. I find that I am in the midst of his peculiar, very sweet and loving paraphernalia. And he says, you see, I have so many wonderful things. This is your home. I am not merely imagination, but concrete reality. You will find here that the environment is very favorable and sweet. You are to live here. I see there that he's dealing in different ways with his associates, in different rasas. And I find that I have another body that has emerged, and that has a permanent place here in his service. Such a new life I find here. And then I find ultimately that all consideration of my past life and experience has vanished. And it is true, my real life is here. This is proper. And that was a sham. That life has vanished. Then I find that chanting the holy name gives me new encouragement, a new prospect, and new hope. Whatever we want, whatever is our internal demand, it is supplied by the name. If we take the name, all our internal hankerings will be fulfilled. It is eternal. It is the purest of the pure, and it is full of ecstasy. Now I find that I have been completely converted. Now my innermost hankering is this. Let whatever is against this sweet name vanish eternally from the world. If anything is in opposition to this sweet life, let it vanish. And if necessary, I will give my life to make it disappear from the world forever. Then others will be able to enjoy at their free will. No hindrance should come to that fulfillment of life. It has no other second. So everyone may come here. And if necessary, I will sacrifice myself to finish opposition so that all can smoothly, peacefully, and without any danger enjoy this absolute, sweet, and blissful life. End quote. Guru is saying this is the statement. Basically, most of this section has been Gurudev saying this is the statement of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in the final song of his book, Sharanagati. And that is the end. Yes, that's the end. So all coming back to Sharanagati. And I know Srila Maharaj likes us to sing through that book periodically, so we should put that back on our list of just singing one. If we sing 50 songs, one in the morning, one in the evening, it's done within a month. And anyone, anything? Little hearts flying across my screen. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hey, oh, can I say something? Keshavananda.
You're breaking up a bit.
Oh no, I was just thinking like it's like at first I was thinking we almost want to comment like to say like this is because it's so incredibly wonderful and high and extraordinary what he's saying that it's almost like we kind of want to say, you know, like this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself that's saying that. Like we can't, it's not like some random person off the street. Like he's the one that's reestablished the teachings of Mahaprabhu when they had become like hidden in this one. He presented so many literatures. He was I mean, on and on. But then I was, as you kept reading, I was thinking it's almost like when they make that statement, Guru Maharaj says in the beginning of his Gita that there's so many commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, but as you go through its own light, like the weight and the substance of what's being given, you can't actually doubt whether it was or wasn't spoken by the Supreme Lord. It stands for itself. And here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, it's so wonderful what he's saying that it just starts to feel in the heart like it cannot but be true. Like it's so glorious. You couldn't make this kind of an expression up. And then the other wonderful thing about that is that, okay, so if someone like that is saying that, he's describing something real, and then we're actually connected to that current. The holy name is actually being passed from his heart down. Srila Saraswati Thakur, Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, it's actually entered our ears. Like we're actually connected with that living substance. It's so incredible. You know, we just need to be attentive not to make any offense against the holy name and try to, even though we don't even necessarily know what it means, but try to actually even want to serve the holy name, and then it will automatically have its effect upon our heart. You know, and he's saying it can't but be so. And Guru Maharaj saying, you know, want and you will have, you know, that earnest desire to bow down to the holy name, to serve it. Like it is acting upon our hearts, you know, and someone that's living in that plane is saying it. So we must believe it and feel 1,000,000,000% hopeful, isn't it?
Perfect, perfect, Kelly. That's just perfect. Yes. I was sort of thinking this myself the other day. I was reading something, and it's just so unimaginable. It's beyond imagination, heavy with wonder, all these things. And I'm thinking, And then I think, yes, but who is telling this? Just exactly what you were saying. It's Srila Gurudev, it's Srila Guru Maharaj. It's Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's coming from their hearts, their pure devoted hearts. So it's not imagination, but it is beyond our experience and above our ability to understand or fully appreciate. It's beyond. It's a prakriti. You know, we've been hearing it is these things, but how it wonderfully moves through the heart, through the ears, from the Vaishnava, and is spread out. This all-conquering divine name, divine sound. So we're just getting so much upliftment, even though, you know, that plane is I'm just trying to, with sincerity, bow down to that plane and bow down to the residents and servitors of that divine land of love. But yes, somehow or another, by the grace, you know, I can't deny it. What I heard, what I read when I first read Guru Maharaj, what I heard from the sadhus and from all their sincere followers, you know, has touched me somehow, and I have to pray to nurture that, to not let that go away, and to carry on happily in our beautiful, with our beautiful family, and we have so many wonderful things coming up. They're just Guru Maharaj quoting Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati, because we have our Sharanagati intensive, intense Sharanagati week. What is it coming up at the end of the month? And Sudarshan Prabhu and the whole family, I think, are coming. So we would, you know, encourage everyone to participate in that. Will be wonderful, and goes straight to the heart of everything. This idea of internal adjustment being the prerequisite for anything spiritual. Otherwise, it's just a fake. So, so that's a nice reminder for that, and many other things coming out of the Bhakti, what's it called? The Bhakti Yoga Institute. Yes, Bhakti Yoga Institute by there you go. It's going to be wonderful anyway, and no doubt we'll sing many of those songs when we will sing the whole book. I don't know. We'll sing those songs that we sing every day, actually, those songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. To keep the idea alive, to keep the fire burning, to keep as possible by us, to keep our focus in the right direction, the direction of our lives, to go in that way. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Are there any comments before we end? Anybody want to ask a question? No.
Okay. Well, I can't say again how blessed I am to be with you all and to get to read this beautiful book. Next week will be shorter, probably less than an hour, and we will finish the book with the chapter called Reality the Beautiful. The book was born in nectar. It's taken us through all different flavors of nectar. Some we could appreciate more, some we could appreciate less. I just don't have to. But he's bringing us to this most beautiful conclusion next week. So Jai Shila Bhakti Rakak Śrīdhar Dev-Goswāmī Maharaj ki Jai, and Jai Shila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev-Goswāmī Maharaj ki Jai, and Shila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai, and Shila Rupa Goswami ki Jai, and Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai, Adi Shila Madhusudana Maharaj ki Jai, and tutti devoti del mondo ki Jai. Vancha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanavo Vaishnavevyo namo namah.